Hey, friend, welcome back to season 3 of Release Your Inner Power with Ignited Decisions. I'm Shauna B, and we are in phase 1. This is our season of slowing down, checking in with yourself. And today's episode, it's so close to my heart. We're talking about relearning rest. Why sleep and pausing are not just nice things to do or nice things to have, but actual powerful tools in your life. So hold on a second before you roll your eyes. Yeah. I know I should get more sleep, Shauna. Just stick with me. Just hold on a second, because this isn't just about going to bed earlier, right? This is about what rest really means and how when you relearn how to do it, you actually open up space for energy, clarity, and more happiness that comes back into your life. So let's dive in. I want to share about a couple years back. I was in full on like go, check all the boxes. I was spreading myself thin. I had to be there for everybody else, you know? You know what I'm talking about. The calendar packed, the brain racing where you're just stuck on the things that you have to do. Don't forget this, put this out there, you know? And then the scrolling on my phone right before bed because I felt like doing that, I was doing something and being more productive. And I somehow, if I wasn't doing that, I was falling behind. Now I'm like, wait, what? But in that moment, I didn't realize that that's what I was doing, right? And I totally hit a wall. You know what wall I'm talking about. It's the wall where you're so exhausted, but yet you're wired. You're like, do, like you could do all this stuff, but you are so tired. Like you've crossed into that slap happy version of yourself. I was sitting at my kitchen counter standing. I was standing at my kitchen counter and I'm eating cereal at 10:30 at night because I didn't have the energy to cook or even think about what I wanted to eat. So cereal it is. And I caught my reflection in the kitchen window and I thought, girl, this is not it. Like you can't keep this up. You're running on fumes. You're eating cereal at 10:30 at night. Like checking myself. Like, what are you doing? And that's when I was like, wait, hold up. Have I even taken a second for myself? Like, have I actually paused or shoot, even taken a break? And then it went into when was the last time I actually did that for myself? Like, not just sleeping on time or getting enough sleep, but resting. My body knew how to crash from exhaustion, right? But I had forgotten how to pause, how to just breathe, how to slow down before I got to my breaking point. Not like, oh yeah, I'm so exhausted, so I'm done now. Like doing it before that. I had fallen into this total hamster wheel and I didn't even know I was on it. And my reflection, for whatever reason, was my wake up call that had me think about those questions, that had the realization, right? Maybe you've had one of those too. So let me ask you this. When was the last time that you truly guilt-free let yourself rest? Not just zoned out on Netflix while you're folding laundry. I mean, rest, the kind where you feel your shoulders drop, your mind quiets, and you actually come back to you. If you're like most women out there, most women that I talk to, it's been a minute, maybe even years. And that's okay because today we are going to relearn this together. We are going to relearn this together. So here's the first thing I want to say is rest is not laziness. I'm going to say that again for the ladies in the back. Rest is not laziness. We live in a culture that worships productivity. And if you're not hustling and doing all the things, if you're not juggling 3 things at once, somehow it feels like you're totally behind. And so when we stop When we say, I need to take a break, then guilt comes rushing on in, right? That's what I call the dragon swooping in to make you feel all the guilty feelings. But here's the truth: rest is productivity, rest is strategy, rest is you investing in your best self so that you can show up with the energy, with the clarity, and with that heck yeah power, right? Think about your phone. Think about your phone. We'll use an example. What happens if you never charge your phone? What happens? It shuts off. It shuts down. It does not work. Same with you. You cannot run on 3% battery forever and expect not to shut down at some point. That is unrealistic, my friends. So let's get practical for a second. Sleep is one of the most underrated tools in your power toolkit. Did you know that during sleep, your brain literally takes out the trash? It clears out the toxins, it resets hormones, repairs cells. It's like a nightly housekeeping crew that goes through your brain. And yet, what's the first thing that we all sacrifice when we're busy? It's our sleep. We trade it for another episode or another email or another load of laundry. But the trade-off is so brutal. Less sleep means more stress. It means less focus. And a mood, let's be honest, that makes us snappy with everybody that's close to us that we love the most. I'm not here to shame you if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep a night. That's not it. I'm here to say that even 20 more minutes of sleep consistently is a game changer. So now let's zoom out here from the sleep talk and move into about the pausing, the hitting the pause button. Now, pausing is like a mini rest. It's those little moments in your day where you stop the scroll, where you stop the rush, and you give yourself 2 to 5 minutes of space. Maybe that looks like sitting in your car for a few more minutes before going inside. Not scrolling on your phone, side note. Maybe it's making your tea or your coffee and actually just sipping it without multitasking. Maybe it's stepping outside and letting the sun hit your face for a couple of deep breaths. These mini or micro pauses are so powerful because they reset your nervous system. They tell your body we're safe and we can exhale, right? So how do we actually relearn rest in this whole pause thing when it feels weird or it feels wrong or lazy? How do we do that? I'm going to give you some ways here to work on that shift, and then you can begin to practice it during your week, okay? So, number 1 is protect when you sleep. So even if it's not 8 hours, create a consistent bedtime ritual. Maybe it's putting your phone down at a certain time. Maybe you do a whole like washing your face and getting ready for bed. Maybe you're a reader before you go to sleep. Maybe you like to journal for 5 minutes. Whatever that thing is, it will signal to your brain once it is a routine. It will signal to your brain that you're kind of closing the day down, that you are getting ready to go to sleep, and your body will naturally start to release the melatonin to get you to go to sleep, right? Number 2, schedule pauses like appointments. Yep, put them in your calendar. A 5-minute pause. Maybe it's mid-morning. Maybe it's a 10-minute break after lunch. Maybe it's a 2-minute breathing pause before you walk into work, or maybe it's before bedtime. If it is scheduled, it's more real. So schedule it for yourself. Number 3, release the guilt. This one is mindset. So every time that voice says to you that you should be doing something or you're not busy enough, you got to do this, now you got to do this, now you got to do this, remind yourself that this is something. Resting is something. Pausing is something. It's actually your power move. I'll tell you what happened after the cereal at the counter night, and the reflection in the window in the kitchen. I started experimenting with pauses. And at first it felt so weird. It felt like I was totally slacking. It was uncomfortable. I felt like I needed to be doing something. But the more that I did it, the more that I noticed how calm I was, how I had more ideas and less of that hamster wheel spinning, real life, hamster wheel spinning of what I needed to do. I wasn't snippy and snappy at all of my close people, and I started sleeping better. Now, I'm not perfect because there is times where I still push myself. I still will push myself at times. But I've learned that rest is my secret weapon. It's not my weakness. And so I notice what I'm noticing, right? I check myself, check in, and see if I actually need it. And then I honor myself by doing that. So, my friend, here is your invitation this week. Find one way to relearn rest. Maybe it's an earlier time to go to sleep. Maybe it's a 5-minute pause in your car. Maybe it's saying no to something so you can say yes to your pillow. Maybe because when you rest, you rise and you are meant to rise to that next level and feel good while you're doing it. So that's it for today. I hope that you're walking away feeling lighter, more hopeful, and ready to give yourself permission to hit that pause button. Because the truth is you're not behind, you are right on time, and rest is going to help you step up into what's next with more power than before. So until next time, my friend, keep slowing down, keep checking in, and remember, you have got this. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, learned something new, or got some gems to take away that will boost your week. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to click that follow button to not miss what is coming next. If you love the show or want to share a story, send me a quick message. I love hearing from listeners. If you know someone who needs this episode in their life, go ahead and share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. If you are looking to connect more, check out the show notes for all the social links, my website. I would love to hear how this episode helped you and what you loved about it. If there's a topic you want to hear about, send that too. All right, ladies, now is the time to release your inner power. Are you feeling like you're behind or something's off or you've tried to do something new and you just can't get on that wagon? You just keep falling off? Guess what? You're human and life doesn't follow a perfect timeline. Maybe the year didn't start the way that you hoped. Maybe your goals got buried under real life stuff. But here's the truth. You're allowed to begin again anytime you want, whether it's July, September, December, January. Progress doesn't have a deadline. That's why now is the perfect time to join Empower Her. We meet you where you are, help you build momentum, and remind you that you don't have to do this alone. There's still so much time left. Let's make it count together.